Welcome to Real Racing TV, top asphalt blistering 3/10 of a mile madness from our very own Southside Speedway. Stay tuned for interviews, tech talk, and some outstanding racing. Greats like Bobby Allison and Denny Hamlin cut their teeth on these four corners. Be prepared for an awesome show. And now, here is your host, Sean Cook.
All right, folks, we're down here with Wayne Penn. And Wayne, what kind of car is this, buddy?
This is a Corvette.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that one behind there. We're down here with the Corvette Owners Club of Richmond, right?
Corvette Club of Richmond.
The Corvette Club of Richmond. All these people love their Corvettes. They're going to go out at the track stewards, tell me where to go. But look, thanks for putting on a great show, buddy. All right, folks, we're down here with the driver of the number 14 car, Donnie Jimerson Jr., and his old man, Donnie Jimerson. Oh, dear. His very young, good-looking father, Donnie Jimerson. Now, Donnie, tell me a little bit about your history down here at the track and your history in racing.
Well, we started racing out here back in about 72, 73 with a limited sportsman car. And we ran that up until we decided to go late model stock car. We ran a late model stock car and then we sold that. And we turned around, built a Charger car, and this is where we came to.
That's fantastic. Now, folks, these two gentlemen here have been kind enough to offer to help me with my car. I was going to be out here racing, and I would have taken out there and blown the thing up. But this gentleman here said, don't take it out and blow it up. What is wrong with that car?
Sounds like you got a blown piston in it. Sounds like you done knocked the piston off the top of the piston.
Okay, well, that's a very technical analysis. It looks like we've knocked the top of the piston off. I'm so looking forward to driving somebody else's car. You know that?
I hope you do.
Well, look, number 14. Hey, how did you do in qualifying, bud?
Finished third.
So you, and did they invert you, or you're in the third pole position?
Well, I finished third in the first heat race, so that'll start me sixth. So.
Well, listen, man, good luck. Everybody, the yellow 14 is not hard to miss, and this gentleman here is the wheelman, and I wish you all the best luck in the world, man. Stuff it to them all.
Grand stock action coming to the line. Bill Ammerman, Richard Skeens, the front row. Down into turn number one, they will head, starting the grand stock event for the evening. Ammerman, great run off of turn two, takes off out front. To the inside of Skeens comes the 31 automobile. One of the Jenkins brothers, that's Mark Jenkins driving the 31 car. Donnie Newman, a little contact between himself and John Mosby off of turn number four and down the front stretch. Donnie Jimerson grabs about 2 spots on the outside. Skeens is going to go around. Newman's going to go around. Brian Muslivy's all involved. Those automobiles, lots of damage, but we're going green flag racing once again after all the cleanup. Get a double file restart because the car's just got one lap at the nose of the field, so the entire field did not get across the line. Donnie Jimerson a little tight off the corner that time. That'll allow Jenkins to come up on the inside. Mark Jenkins down on the bottom of the inside underneath. Donnie Jimerson in the 14 car. Jenkins in the 31. Bill Ammerman down into turn number one. Todd Ruggles working on the inside of Donnie Jimerson off of turn number two and down the backstretch. The 40 car in the 14. The 40 of Ruggles. The 14 of Jimerson on the outside. The Hank's Barbecue Special. Down on the inside, the 40 automobile of Ruggles. Looks like he's going to get the groove. Here comes Mark Jenkins. He's working on the back end of the number 5 Chevrolet of Bill Ammerman. Ammerman up to the top, gives him the running room down on the bottom half of the speedway. The Keys Towing Special, painted up like the old Hendrick Performance Racing automobiles of Rick Hendrick's early racing career as being a car owner. Jeff Bodine won, I believe, 86 Daytona 500 with a paint scheme like that on the car. The All-Star Racing number 5. Now it's the 31 car. Mark Jenkins putting his Monte Carlo up into the top spot. Ammerman goes down in there, honks the old chrome horn, but Fred Key honks it on the 5 car. The Keys Towing owner, Fred Key, down on the bottom of the speedway, working on Bill Ammerman right now. And Todd Ruggles having a great run in that 40 car, is right up front, right behind him. Very fast automobile. Daniel Shelton in the 27, now right in front of Bradley Vaught and the 14 of Jimerson, who's being trapped on the outside of the track now for the last few laps. Losing positions, being caught up on the outside of the speedway. Jason Beck trying to make the move now into the 14 car as Fred Key tries to make the move underneath the 5 of Ammerman. See how close and tight the racing here is at Southside Speedway with the Keys Towing number 18 automobile, followed very closely by the number 40 of Ruggles. So still Mark Jenkins out front, the 5 of Bill Ammerman, the 18 of Freddie Key, the 40 of Todd Ruggles, and the 8 of Bradley Vaught. Vaught coming through the field serious style, I believe starting back later half of the pack, but he has driven through the field and will become the McRae Electric Hard Charger Award winner for this evening at Southside Speedway. So a great run by the number 18, but right now you're watching your 5 car and your 31 car, the 31 of Mark Jenkins. One of the Willoughby brothers having some trouble. Philip Clark in the 17 up to the outside, giving the leaders the low line off of turn number 4. Couple of sticks out there. Move over flag, making sure the cars understand the leaders are coming up. Keith Macta trying to come on through the field. He's underneath Donnie Jimerson off of turn number 2, and down the backstretch goes the 00 in the 14 now. Jimerson drives in, tries to make the move back by Daniel Shelton and Jason Beck in the 41 car right in front of those drivers. Down into turn number 1, that battle will ensue. Cars encircling the speedway. Donnie Newman and Pop Lipford had to make their way back through the field. Pop made it through the accident earlier, but the 69 car and the 04 Richard Skeens doing a great job working their way back through the field as well. Chris Hott racing Pop Lipford right now off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch into turn number 1. The 2006 track champ and Renault Marchetti 01 automobile to the inside of Pop Lipford, number 43. Pop racing down in the corner. Top 5 finish early in the season for the number 43 car. Looking for some great performances out of him in the 2007 race season. Brandon Vaught, the 33. John Mosby gives him a tap right in the center of the corner off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Those 2 cars will head. Good racing action off of turn number 4. Pop still hanging it in there. A little bit loose through the center of the corner. Has to drive off a little bit sideways. Able to keep the car right on the bottom off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch is Chris Hott now. So he'll have the nose advantage, but Pop drives it into turn number 3 deep. Off of turn number 4, he's going to try to see what he can do at the stripe, but it's going to be hot at the stripe by now with those 2 automobiles. Whoa, Philip Clark going around down in 3 and 4, right in front of your leaders with 20 laps out of the 30 complete. Picking up the racing action, you see Mark Jenkins still out front after we cleaned up after the caution, and everybody's rolling around the Southside Speedway. Great run to the outside of Timmy Nice for the number 04. Like I said, Richard Skeens making his way through the pack. Donnie Newman trying to follow through the hole down on the bottom side of the track underneath the 52 car. Gary Burke Jr., number 3 automobile, trying to follow suit through that same hole. Timmy Nice in the number 52 car on the outside. Donnie Jimerson, a little bit of smoke out from underneath the 14 car. Ever since about lap 7 or so, we've seen a little bit of smoke come out from under the car, only when he hits the throttle, so maybe just a valve cover leak getting down on the head gaskets right when he puts power back to that power plant underneath the hood there. Keith Macta and Daniel Shelton's number 27. Following your leaders right now. Todd Ruggles on the outside of Bradley Vaught. He'll make the move down the backstretch. Give Bradley the spot there. Good run for him. Ruggles on the inside, trying to make the move back on the 8 car. Freddie Key still up in the 3rd spot right now. His battle for the top spot starts to come together. Here comes the 5 automobile of Bill Ammerman looking underneath the 31 of Mark Jenkins. These 2 cars have been the front 2 all night long, and Jenkins sideways off of turn number 4. A little bit of a tap through the center quarter from Ammerman. Ammerman's able to hold on down into turn number 1. Whoa, 8 tires are better than 4. And off of turn number 2, it does not work for the 5 car though, as he still tries to make the challenge to the inside of the 31 in the middle of the corner. Another nudge on the middle of the corner for the number 31 car. Fred Key now looks to the inside, and we've got caution on the speedway though, and it is the 00 of Keith Macta, and it looks like Todd Ruggles' automobile, after a great top 5 run, has found the jersey wall on the inside of the entrance to turn 3. Hard lick. Southside Speedway, 15th of June, having some great racing action with Mark Jenkins out front in the 31 car, Bill Ammerman in the 5 in 2nd, the 18 of Fred Key running 3rd, and Bradley Vaught in 4th right now on the track, with Jason Beck rounding out your top 5. Vaught looks to the outside of the 18 car. Down off of turn number 4, they will head down the front stretch. Still a 31 car, Jenkins out front. Ammerman has been able to put a bumper on him a couple of times. Did not want to turn the man around, just trying to move the 31 car, trying to get a good run to the inside with that red flame front end and into the back. Oh, he turns himself around, just enough momentum on the automobile for the rear end to unload, and the 5 car goes around. Ammerman will go ahead and throw throttle back to it, pull back up on the track, but 27, only 3-lap shootout left for Mark Jenkins. Fred Key now on his back bumper. Only thing between himself and victory lane, the car he sponsors on the track other than his own. Off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch they will come. Wow, what a start for Jenkins. He'll stretch it out by 3 car lengths down into turn number 1. Fred Key drives it in a little bit hard, drops it down to 2 car lengths off the corner. Bradley Vaught right into his tire tracks. Daniel Shelton up into the top 5 now. He has Richard Skeens in his tire tracks. Between the Vaught and Shelton automobiles, the 41 automobile of Jason Beck. But it is the 31 automobile Keys Towing, Roy Hendricks Muffler and Automotive aboard this number 31 car of Mark Jenkins. Awesome run for this Monte Carlo all night. Off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch, Fred Key, a little bit of a tag from the 8 car Bradley Vaught. The 3 car of Gary Burke Jr. saw the white flag unfurled over these cars, so this is the final lap of the night. We watch the battle for second head down into turn number 3. Why is that an important battle? Mark Jenkins will take the checkered flag over Fred Key and Bradley Vaught. Late model race number 2 on the docket. Time to go racing. Rob Jenkins. Saw Mark earlier in the night. Rob Jenkins starting in the 7th spot after winning the last race. 6th place finisher, Steve Zuskin on the point. To his outside, Bubba Hubbard right behind him. Brandon a little sideways off of 4. Billy Morris to his outside in the 00. And Zuskin and Hubbard racing it out to the stripe that time. Great racing action all the way around the track just in the opening lap of this second of the Twin 50s for the Late Model Sportsman Series at Southside Speedway. Zuskin, the lead all to himself down into turn number 1 now. Showing everybody that Finer Homes Incorporated logo. Hubbard's going to hit the throttle and come back on the outside. Oh, man, Michael Perkins and Chris Harefield only 2 laps in. Green flag coming back out. Michael Perkins expired an engine, some kind of serious. The connecting rod, for those of you into the the real good parts of the engine, and down in the bottom, the guts of the engine, everything that holds it together on that crank in the bottom half of the engine has a connecting rod on the bottom of it. The top of that's connected to the piston. One of those connecting rods was laying in turn number 3. That's how hardcore the engine blew in the number 20 car. So nothing doing of the 2 cars getting together going in the corner, just Perkins, the motor expiring. Still see Steve Zuskin showing the Jersey Mike subs. Nothing but beautiful racetrack. That logo's getting in front of it. Right behind him, Bubba Hubbard and the Dr. L.W. Garnett Orthopedic Surgeons, number 14. Then Brandon Hendrick in his number 55 automobile. Behind him, Billy Morris, Cigar Bills on the side of his automobile, as always. Working around the Southside Speedways, you can look for your favorite driver working around the toughest short track in the South. Chris Smith in the number 28 automobile coming through the screen there. Wanted to make sure Baldwin Contracting got a shout out. Caution coming out. Craig Holtz, MB Goodwin Lumber automobile. Down the bottom of the track, 9 laps complete. 50 laps the distance. We're clicking them off here. Steve Zuskin, Bubba Hubbard, Billy Morris, Chris Hopkins, and Chris Dodson, your top 5 automobiles. The 71 car having it his way once again. Clean Air, his best friend right now. Zuskin started on the pole, just like we saw Jenkins start on the pole in the last race, and the 71 car is hooked up and out front. 14 car, Bubba Hubbard, the sponsor on that car. Pretty interesting stuff here. The Virginia Dent Paintless Dent Removal. Adams Automotive. Randy Adams, of course, the owner of that. Grand Stock champ at Southside Speedway. But the paintless dent removal, that's pretty cool stuff. And you can go down and talk to Bubba about that. He can hook you up with his sponsor. I understand out near the Doswell area, out near King's Dominion. But a sponsor coming on board the 14 car for the 2007 season. Brandon Hendrick working on those automobiles. Here comes the 71 of Zuskin down into the corner. New paint scheme. John Bray wanted to do something different, who's the crew chief on the 71 car. Thought about that paint scheme and told his decal man, this is the idea I have, and that's what they came up with, and a very awesome looking race car. A lot of the kids like that bright numbered 71 with the checkered flag kind of deal going down the quarter panels of it. We watched Chris Hopkins work on Billy Morris off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch, the 00 car. Miners Fences Incorporated aboard that automobile, along with E-Tech Mechanical, always towing. And a special thanks to Berkeley Walton from that entire team on that Pontiac Grand Prix. Once again, he did claim the GetLoaded.com $100 pole award tonight. $100 cash, a plaque, and a sticker for the roof of your car, showing that you have been the fastest man. And Billy's done that twice this season with that 00 automobile. Billy saying he just wants to complete the run, wants to get that pole, and wants to go ahead and take home the hardware that comes after the race as well for the feature victory. And now he's working on Bubba Hubbard's automobile off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch, the 00 car. Looking inside on the 14. Hubbard's able to block the line off of turn number 4 and down the front stretch. James Murphy on the outside. Leader going by, Steve Zuskin, Bubba Hubbard, Billy Morris. Number 43 automobile, Chris Hopkins, Walker's Welding, Jamestown Builders, Pulley's Body Shop, Townsend Race Cars. Right on the back bumper of Hubbard. I tell you what, Hubbard's been right there all night long. And not giving up the spot just yet. He's trying to fend off the number 00 automobile of Billy Morris. The 43 of Hopkins all at the same time trying to judge Morris's automobile. Drive in the corner, see if he can get an inside run on the 00. Right behind them, the defending track champion Chris Dotson in his Williamsburg Dodge. Tire X with that new sponsor aboard that Dodge is for the 2007 season, coming about 3 races into the year. So Bobby Creech and Creech Motorsports Fabrication definitely welcoming in a new sponsor on the defending track champions car. Virginia Specialty Products and Quality Coatings also aboard that 0 car. Hard shot in the center of the corner to Bubba Hubbard's car from Billy Morris's automobile. The Pontiac versus Chevy. 2 General Motors products going at it right in front of 2 Dodges. Down the front stretch into turn number 1, still holding it up. Steve Zuskin out front. Billy Morris now to the inside of Hubbard through 1 and 2. Hubbard gave him a little bit of running room, but Hubbard also pinched him down just a little off of 2 to make him have to back off. He either was going to tighten up and get into the 00, into the 14 car, or he was going to back off and stay in line, and that's just what Billy Morris did. The X2-time track champion in this series, as well as the modified series here at Southside Speedway over the many years that Billy has driven this 0.3 of a mile of thunder. Close call there for Hubbard. A little bit sideways. Morris to the outside now. He'll put throttle to it off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Hubbard still holds out in front of the 00 car. Morris down into turn number 3. A lot of stage drop on the top half of the track from the expired motor and Michael Perkins' number 20 automobile earlier in the evening. Off of turn number 1 and into turn number 2. Morris with the run off the corner. Bubba Hubbard down on the bottom of the track. Billy Morris into the 2nd spot now. Morris will get the call of clear off of turn number 4. Now it's Chris Hopkins and Chris Dotson following suit. Looks like Bubba Hubbard off the pace a little bit here. A little bit of smoke coming out the right-hand side of the 14 car. I don't know what might have happened to that car, but they didn't see that smoke before. Now some smoke coming out of the header pipes of the 14. Chris Dotson will go by on the outside now. Rapid Roy Hendrick up into the 6th spot. He's going to try to catch that 14 car. Now it is still Steve Zuskin. The view hasn't changed for him on the evening. The 71 car out front down into turn number 1. The 00 Billy Morris trying to catch up to that automobile. R.J. Smith Companies, you see the logo on it, along with the Jersey Mike subs. And across the back of the automobile, Finer Homes Incorporated. All aboard this Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Ex-Southampton track champ, coming back to Southside Speedway about 3 seasons ago. Driving for the C.R. Phillips racing team, Chris Phillips, C.R. Phillips Electrical Contractors, his business as caution flies on the speedway with 36 laps. Back under green flag action, green flag waving, Steve Zuskin back through the gearbox. This time Billy Morris got the free e-ticket, pulls up within less than a car length of the back end of the 71 car. Billy wanting to try to go ahead and complete that effort. He's going to actually nudge the 71 down the front stretch. Caution coming out. Brandon Hendrick in the top of turns 1 and 2. So once again, Jimmy Walker will display the green flag. Gary Fox and Chris Steffi watching from the top of the tower over top of their drivers out here. The co-chief stewards of the Southside Speedway. Billy Morris, tire going down into the wall hard. What a heartbreaker. That 00 car, fastest car on the night, finds the turn 3 boilerplate. Zuskin back on the throttle, back through the gearbox. This time Chris Hopkins in the rearview mirror. Chris Dotson, Bubba Hubbard still hanging up in the 4th spot right now. Too much damage for the 00 car, Billy Morris, to continue, so he will park the Miners Fences sponsored automobile for the night after a little help getting it back to the pit stall. Still your top 3 automobiles hanging right together on the Southside Speedway. Steve Zuskin in the 71, the 43 of Chris Hopkins, and the 0 of Chris Dotson. Chevrolet leads 2 Dodges around the speedway, and then the Chevy of Bubba Hubbard, and the next Chevrolet of Rapid Roy Hendrick. See George Pillsbury and the 51 of Racing Jason Pittman racing it out. Scott Turlington right behind them. with Rob Jenkins, number 89 automobile, winner of the first of the Twin 50s. Pillsbury down in the corner right behind the Racing Jason Pittman automobile. Greg Holt right behind them in his number 22 automobile. Turlington, the odd man out, only for one reason. He's the only Pontiac in this sea of Chevys in this battle right now around the Southside Speedway. Holt to the bottom of the track, trying to work on the 89 car of Rob Jenkins. Chris Smith going through, Brandon Hendrick, James Murphy, and here comes your leader, Steve Zuskin. Zuskin down into turn number 1, working off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. And number 43 car right in his tire tracks, Chris Hopkins. Looks like Zuskin's really able to come off the corner. Excellent. Looks like Hopkins gains on him right in the center of the corner, but coming off, you see the 71 car just stretch it out a little bit more each lap. Lap traffic being the difference right there. Hopkins able to run in, get a little bit of a nudge on the 71 car, turns him sideways right in front of James Murphy. Zuskin able to get back in the throttle and drive off the front end of the 43 car. But Hopkins able to, for the first time all night, somebody puts a bumper on the back end. And George Pillsbury up against the outside wall. 2-lap shootout. Going to be up to Steve Zuskin to try to hold off the hard charging Chris Hopkins. Hopkins starting in the back half of the pack. Comes up through about 7th or 8th starting, actually it would be 5th or 6th starting position. Sorry about that for Chris Hopkins on the night. Driving through the pack, he's up to 2nd right now. He's up right on the back bumper of Zuskin. White flag is out on the speedway. Cars shooting by the start-finish line. Working down the backstretch now, the 71 car and the 43 into turn number 3. That last-ditch effort, the 43 car, a little bit of a nudge. Zuskin gets a great corner 4. Zuskin will be in victory lane.